Welcome back to Fantastic Verses and Where to Find Them. Today is Halloween, and I am decorated just for you and just for today. Has anyone, by chance, had an opportunity to use their parent or their grandparents' power tools at home? Have you used the lawnmower or a sander or the weed eater or a power drill? Or have you had a chance to use a power saw? Well, power tools, they help us do the jobs faster. They give us more strength, more speed, and more power. They make hard jobs go quickly, and they save us from a whole lot of wear and tear on our hands and on our arms. If you have a power drill, you don't spend the whole day trying to twist one screw after another into the wood. Instead, you zip them in one at a time, and pretty soon, you're all done. Today's fantastic verse says that God can give us power to do anything. And if there's a challenge we're facing, well, God has a way of putting just what we need in our lives just when we need it so that we don't get discouraged. God will never give up on any of us, and He'll never give us more than what we can handle. And God will give us the power to do His work, because with God, nothing is impossible. We can do all things through His strength. Today's fantastic verse, well, it's going to help us remember God's strength on those days when you don't think you have the strength to do what is right. And you'll be amazed at how much strength a little faith will give you. Let's say today's verse together. I can do all this by the power of Christ. He gives me strength. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. Now I love this verse. So I really want you to say it again with me. So let's say it one more time. I can do all this by the power of Christ. He gives me strength. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. This week's Bible story is all about God's strength. If you remember last week, well, the disciples were having some trouble helping people. This week, the Bible story shows us how much the disciples grew in their faith and how they were able to help people in need. So let's read our Bible story, which comes from Acts chapter 3. If you like to watch the animated version of this Bible story, well, you'll find the Saddleback Kids version in the link below. It was 3:00 in the afternoon. It was time for prayer in the temple. Peter and John went to the temple to pray. As they were walking into the temple, they saw a man who could not walk being carried into the temple. He was laid down by the gate. Every day, the man sat there and begged people for money. Peter and John entered the temple. The man saw Peter and John and asked them for money. Peter said to the man who could not walk, "Look at us." The man who could not walk looked at Peter and John. The man thought Peter and John would give him some money. Peter said, "I do not have money to give you, but I have a better gift for you. I can give you Jesus Christ. In the name of Jesus Christ, get up and walk." Peter took the man's right hand and helped him get up. At once, the man's feet and ankles became strong, and he jumped up and started walking. The man went into the temple with Peter and John. Everyone who saw the man was amazed. Maybe you need a little power this week to say no to something wrong, to help someone in need, or to talk to someone who's all alone. Know that God is right there with you and will give you the power you need to face any challenge. All you have to do is ask for His help in prayer. To help us remember, let's say our memory verse one more time. I can do all this by the power of Christ. He gives me strength. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. You did some great work. Now, who's ready for a quiz? Welcome to Lesson Trivia. What did Peter say to the man at the gate? Get up and walk. How can we get strength from God? Pray and ask God for His strength. What is this week's memory verse? I can do all this by the power of Christ. He gives me strength. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. That was fantastic. You have spectacularly powerful memories. I hope you will join me again next week as we continue to explore fantastic verses and where to find them.